the more cold calls you do, or the more door knocking you do, or anything where you're reaching out to unexpected people, it gets easier over time. The first rejection you face will be the hardest, and as you keep doing it and as you get better at it, you develop a thicker skin.
Welcome to the Insurance Guy podcast. From sales to insurance advice, we discuss ways to protect your business and grow it. Make sure to like and share this podcast. And don't forget to check us out at theinsurers.ca for all your business insurance needs. And here's your host, Mr. Aun.
Hi, my name's Aun. I'm calling from Lyon & Butler Insurance. Hello? Hey everybody, this is Aun The Insurance Guy. Today I want to talk about something that many of us face, especially in the sales profession, which is, being rejected. I think many of us, whether you're a car salesman, insurance salesman like myself, life insurance salesman, again that's insurance, whatever the case is, if you're in business, you're selling a product, we all face rejection. Where I face the most rejection is I do cold calls to generate business. Something I should be doing more. Sort of like going to the gym. I want to share with you the realities of doing cold call, and which is the harsh reality is that we get rejected. It was a video I did about a week ago, which was cold calling for introverts. Check that out. The flip side to that, or I guess this would be part B to that video, is rejection is hard, and you will face it when you cold call, or whenever you're trying to reach out for business. You could be door knocking and face the same issue. If you went through what I went through this morning, which was getting rejected, rudely hung up, 10, 20 calls in a row, you start to feel it. It happens. I've been doing this for about a year and a half. I started feeling it on the 20th call, being rudely rejected. Hi, my name's Aun. No, I'm not calling to get your ducks cleaned. No, I live in Toronto. I'm not from India or the Philippines. No. Compared to a year and a half ago, where I was within the first 5 calls of rejection, I was feeling it. So you could sort of say practice makes it better, helps you develop a thicker skin. It doesn't make it impenetrable, but it helps you kind of become more resistant to rejection. But anyways, I know many of you all face this issue as well. So let's address it together. First is feeling pain from rejection is completely normal. If you're feeling hurt, it's a human emotion, a completely natural emotion from being rejected, especially if you're passionate about what you're doing. Now, the second part to it is that, rejection does cause real pain. If you're rejected by your clients, you're rejected by prospects, it's not just the thought that, you need to be a tougher person. Scientifically, constant rejection does have emotional and sometimes physical impact on your body as well. And it's normal. So don't shoot yourself down because you got rejected, you had a bad day, you started crying, whatever the case is. It's completely normal. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And there is life after. I promise you that. I've been rejected many times, and I keep getting rejected. Someone told me that when somebody rejects you, it's one step closer to a yes, which was one of the best piece of advice I've heard. So if you're on the fence saying, I don't want to do this job because it requires cold calling, it's not my style, and you just want to shoot it down, don't. Just stick with it. You'll get better. I promise you that. Remind yourself that it isn't personal. They don't know who you are. They're just making assumptions. We might have caught the person in a tight jam. They might be in a rush to get to a meeting. They just had a massive fight with their spouse. They lost a big client to a competitor. Somebody in their family might be sick and they're really stressed out, and you caught them at a wrong time and they took it out on you. Doesn't make it right, but give people the benefit of the doubt. And if they rudely hang up on you, remember, it's just train yourself to believe that it doesn't happen all the time, but it's just train yourself to believe that when they rudely hang up on you, it's just them saying, this is not the time, we'll touch base later. And you can follow up. And there's been times where I've called people back and they didn't even remember that conversation ever happening. And if you've been rejected constantly, like this morning, I had to take a break. If you're in the same position, take a break. Put the phone down, go take a quick washroom break, or go to the water cooler, drink some water, walk around the office, maybe talk to some people around you, talk about something other than your call. So distract yourself is what I'm trying to get at. And just distract yourself temporarily. Don't distract yourself for the rest of your shift. Now that's one part. First, distract yourself from the stress. Second, motivate yourself. Quickly, if you have the possibility, watch a quick, maybe motivational video on YouTube or Facebook or whatever the case is, where they give you that 1 or 2 minute motivational video. They pump me up. Maybe that's not for you. Pull out a picture of something that you love. Maybe it's your spouse, your family, your kids, whatever the case might be. That's something that really kind of motivates you to get back at it. One thing that works for me, because I'm a worrywart, I have started to avoid caffeine. I love coffee, I love espressos, but they're not the best when I know I'm a very anxious person, or I get nervous I get worried really easily. So mixing that with, and get myself wired up with coffee, and then going on the phone, which is, it can be stressful because you need to be present. It's not a good mix. So I've started to avoid coffee altogether and instead replace it with chamomile tea. Believe it or not, chamomile tea, I was doing some research on it, said that it's a relaxing tea, and it's true. I find myself more cool, calm, and collected when I'm doing the calls or when I'm talking to clients or anything of the sort. So I don't sound nervous. I don't sound, very hyper. And remember that it takes 3 to 6 times attempts to break through a client. And what I mean by that is, I was talking to a couple of the more senior brokers in my office who closed some really big accounts, which one day I aspire to do as well, and I will do it. And I was asking them how they got these big accounts, because when you're starting off, you don't think you can get those. So obviously I want to touch base with these guys who have got them, who've been in the industry a couple years longer than I have been, and they told me that they were persistent. They were consistently persistent. And what I mean by that is, they would call the client one year, try to set up a time. It didn't go through. Second year, they tried again, and that didn't go through. And maybe on the third time or the fourth year, they got the client. And it wasn't because at the first they found my coworker to be, they found them to be a distraction, but they appreciated the hustle. And gave them the opportunity. And these stories happen all the time. People stick with it, they keep at it, and finally they nail it. So, maybe it's their first call, you got rejected. Maybe there's 5 more calls ahead of you that you will succeed gracefully. Remember, when you call prospect without them knowing, it's a cold call, or you're door knocking, it's a distraction to them. It's your responsibility to make them realize that you are not a distraction, and that you are worth it. You have to make them realize your value. Once again, guys, I hope you really enjoy these videos I'm doing. I'm trying to share my experiences and things I've gone through. I hope these help in any way, shape, or form. And if you do find value in these, please subscribe and share. It tells me that, it tells me that I'm on the right path and I'm able to deliver value to you. And again, guys, make sure to subscribe, share. Once again, I hope you all have a great day and good luck with cold calling and generating business. Keep hustling, and I'll talk to you guys soon.